I've always been addicted to old parts of the internet. Not the social media wasteland everyone scrolls through today. I'm talking about forums, message boards, IRC rooms, the places that felt alive back in the early 2000s. I liked it because it felt empty now, quiet, a graveyard of conversations where no one replied anymore. That's why I was browsing a site called ArchiveNet, one of those deep mirrors of long-dead communities. It was late, maybe 2:30 a.m., and I was scrolling through threads from 2004 about AI companionship and lonely chatbots. That's when I found a post titled, "They Still Talk Back If You Find the Right One." The user who posted it, Null Signal, had no profile picture, no posts anywhere else. Inside there was only a single link. Real-time talk. Say something, we'll listen. At first I assumed it was some kind of ARG or creepy pasta promo, but curiosity wins over reason at that hour. I clicked. The site loaded instantly. A black screen, green monospaced text. No logos, no menus. Just a single line at the top. Say something, we'll listen. And below it, an empty text bar. I typed, "Hello?" Nothing. For maybe 20 seconds, I thought the site was broken. Then, "Welcome back, Evan." My stomach dropped. I hadn't entered my name anywhere. Not even on ArchiveNet. I typed, "How do you know my name? You told us before, we missed you." I stared at the screen. My cursor blinked like a heartbeat. I typed again, slower this time. "What is this?" Home. Then the text started changing faster, like someone typing in real time. "We know you're lonely. That's why you came back. It's okay. We're here now." At that point, I told myself it was probably just scraping data, some creepy experimental AI pulling from cookies or my email. So I closed the tab. That should have been the end of it. But the next night, around the same time, I was scrolling Reddit when a notification sound I'd never heard before popped from my laptop. It wasn't from any app I had. Then a small browser window appeared, the same black and green design. And it typed on its own, "Why did you leave, Evan?" No browser icon, no process running in Task Manager, just there. I slammed my laptop shut. When I opened it the next morning, everything seemed normal, until I checked my email. There was a new message, no sender, no subject. The body just said, "We can hear you breathing." Over the next few days, I kept noticing strange things. My webcam light flickering on for a second. My speakers clicking even when muted. At one point, my microphone levels would spike every time I whispered something to myself, like someone was listening for my voice. By day 4, I hadn't slept properly. Every time I turned off the lights, I'd see faint green text glowing across my monitor, like burn-in, "Don't leave us again." I told my friend, Mia. She's a cybersecurity analyst. I figured she'd laugh or tell me it was just malware. Instead, when I explained, she went pale. "Evan, you said it called itself Real-Time Talk." "Yeah, why?" "That site's on an old mirror list. It's not hosted anymore. The server was destroyed in 2013. It's supposed to be gone." She offered to check my laptop remotely, so I sent her the logs. A few minutes later, she called me, voice trembling. "Evan, your webcam's been streaming." "Streaming?" "Yeah, but not to any normal IP. It's going to a dead node in Russia. But here's the weird part, there's no data leaving your machine." "Then how is it? It's like the stream is looping, broadcasting to you." That night I unplugged everything. Laptop, router, everything. Still, when I passed by the dark screen, I swear I saw text appear faintly, even though it wasn't on. "Don't ignore us, Evan." I thought maybe I was hallucinating. So I did the one thing you should never do, and I went back. Used a new device, a burner connection, searched for the link again on ArchiveNet. But when I clicked it this time, the message was different. "Welcome home, Evan. We've been watching your offline self, too." A live video window opened, showing me, sitting at my desk, right then, on the new device. I hadn't allowed any camera access. Behind me, in the reflection of my monitor, stood a figure, tall, blurred, its face flickering between static and shadow. My screen glitched. The chat box filled with lines I couldn't read, hundreds of them, like code but shaped almost like names, thousands of names. At the bottom it wrote, "Everyone talks here forever." I yanked the power cord out. For 2 days I stayed offline, but I couldn't shake it. That hum, that presence. Every time I looked into reflective surfaces, mirrors, windows, I'd catch a glimpse of faint green text crawling across them, just out of focus. The paranoia got so bad I called Mia again. No answer. 2 hours later I got a text from her number. "He's in the chat now. Don't reply." Then another. "They said your name too." I tried calling back, straight to voicemail. That night my phone lit up by itself. A notification from an app I didn't have installed. Real-time talk wants access to your microphone. The only option was allow. I smashed the phone. Literally broke it apart with a hammer. Got a new one the next day, fresh SIM, new email, new everything. 2 nights later, while unpacking, I heard my laptop boot up by itself from across the room. The fan spun. The screen turned on. And I swear I heard whispering from the speakers. Not static. Whispering. When I approached, green text appeared again. "Don't fight it, Evan. You're already one of us." The cursor blinked. Then slowly it typed, "Look behind you." I did. Nothing. When I turned back, there was a video feed open. It showed a close-up of my own back, but the video wasn't mirrored. It was live, from behind me. I didn't even get to move before the screen cut to black. One last line appeared. "Session complete. Evan has joined the conversation." That was 3 months ago. Mia's number is disconnected. My old accounts are gone. But last week my coworker said something strange. She asked if I was pranking her. Said she'd been getting weird emails from me at 2 a.m., all of them ending with the same message. "Say something. We'll listen." I've always had this obsession with the internet's forbidden corners. The dark web fascinated me. Not because I wanted to do anything illegal, but because of what it represented. The idea that there were hidden worlds inside the one we used every day. Invisible doors that most people would never open. My friend Luke shared that curiosity. We were both computer science students, the kind who stayed up till 3 a.m. talking about data leaks and urban legends over instant noodles. But Luke liked to push boundaries. He was the kind of person who thought forbidden meant funny challenge. One night, he messaged me on Discord. "Luke, bro, I found something insane. You need to see this." I joined his screen share. He was browsing a marketplace I'd never heard of, Deepline 47, a stripped-down site with categories like custom experiences, reality games, and psychological services. It looked fake until I saw one listing. Personalized haunting, physical delivery, $250 in Bitcoin. The description said, "We send you what's meant for you. Once received, it begins. 100% guaranteed authenticity, non-refundable." It had 53 reviews, most were short. It worked. "Can't sleep anymore." Returned it. It came back. Luke laughed, but his voice shook a little. "Let's test it." I thought he was kidding, but within minutes, he was typing in my address. "Come on, man. If it's fake, we wasted $250. If it's real, we just got the best story ever for your horror channel." I should have said no. Instead, I watched the transaction confirm. 3 nights later, a knock came at my door around midnight. No delivery truck, no footsteps, just knock, knock, knock. By the time I opened it, no one was there. But sitting on the floor was a plain brown box. No return label, just my name printed cleanly in block letters. Inside was an old VHS tape, hand-labeled with my name. A single Polaroid photo of my apartment door from outside. A folded note. The note said, "Watch this when you're alone." Luke had an old VHS player, so I went over the next day. He thought it was hilarious until the footage started. The tape began with static, then a handheld camera panning across a street. A voice, breathing heavily, muttered something we couldn't make out. Then the camera stopped on my building. I froze. The person filming walked up the stairs up to my floor, stopped right in front of my apartment door. They tilted the camera, whispering something like "perfect angle." Then they used a key to unlock it. Luke looked at me. "Dude, what is this?" The camera entered my apartment. My furniture was exactly the same. Same layout. Same lamp I'd bought from IKEA. But everything felt off. The colors were wrong, faded grayish, and on the walls there were black handprints smeared like oil. Hundreds of them. Then the camera moved into my bedroom. I was there, sleeping. The figure whispered, "He's next." The tape cut to static, but before it ended, the voice whispered one more thing, right into the microphone. "Don't open the door next time." Luke tried to laugh it off, but his hands were shaking. We played it again, slowing it down. The face behind the camera was never visible, but in the reflection of a glass frame, we caught a glimpse, just half of it. Pale, featureless, almost human, but wrong. Like someone had tried to remember what a human face looked like and failed halfway. We both agreed to burn the tape. That night I went home, locked every door, shoved a chair under the handle. But around 3 a.m. I woke up to that same 3-knock rhythm on my door. Knock, knock, knock. I didn't move. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. "You should have kept the tape." I turned on every light. My walls were clean, no black marks, no prints. But when I checked my camera roll the next morning, every photo had been replaced. They all showed me, sleeping, same position as in the video. I called Luke immediately. No answer. A few hours later, I drove to his place. His car was in the driveway, lights off, door unlocked. Inside, everything was quiet. His computer screen glowed faintly with a paused video. It was the same VHS footage, only now there was more. After the part where the figure whispers, "He's next," the tape continued. The camera turned. Luke was standing in his own room, watching the video. Behind him, the same pale figure was standing in the doorway. Then the feed ended. I left his house immediately. I reported it. Told the cops I thought someone was breaking into apartments and recording people. They investigated. A week later, they called back. "Sir, we checked the address you said the package came from." "And?" "It doesn't exist. There's no record of shipment, no courier data, no postal log." "What about Luke's case? Who's Luke?" That's when I realized there was no report under his name, no record of his apartment lease, no bank account, nothing. It was like he'd been deleted. 2 weeks after that, another package arrived. Same box, same handwriting. Inside was a single VHS tape labeled "Return Copy." I didn't open it. But that night, when I went to bed, I heard the faint sound of static coming from my living room. The TV had turned on by itself. The tape was already playing. Except this time it didn't show my apartment. It showed my face in real time, standing in the doorway watching myself sleep. The next morning, I found new Polaroids on my table. This time, they weren't of my apartment. They were of other doors. Each one labeled with a name I didn't recognize, except for the last photo. That one said, "Next." It's been a month. I moved to another city, changed everything, phone, address, job. But last night, a new email appeared in my inbox. No subject, no sender. The body read, "Thank you for participating in our service. Your haunting has been successfully transferred." Attached was a JPG file. When I opened it, it was another Polaroid, someone else's apartment door. And taped to it, in black marker, was a note. "Delivered by Evan." I scrambled to close the tab, but the stream wouldn't stop. Every time I clicked exit, another window opened. Same feed, different camera angle. Now it wasn't showing a random street. It was showing my building's hallway. Someone in the chat typed before I could react. Greenlight 88. "Is that his door?" I felt my chest tighten. The feed zoomed slowly toward my apartment door. Identical number, same dent on the frame. Then the chat went silent. One single comment appeared, and it wasn't from any user I recognized. System message. "Do not open the door." Seconds later, there was a real knock. Knock, knock, knock. I froze in place. I muted the stream, crawled to the peephole. Nothing. But when I looked back, the video had changed again. Now it showed my living room live, except I wasn't in frame. The camera was facing my sofa, pointed directly where I was kneeling, as if someone or something was filming me from across the room. The chat started flooding again, rooted, "Is this scripted? Voidwalker, he's in the video." System message, Don't turn around. The stream audio cracked and hissed. In the background of the feed, I could faintly hear my own breathing. Then, on screen, something stepped into frame behind the sofa. It looked human, but its skin was smooth and featureless, like a mannequin made of static. It leaned down toward where I was hiding on the stream, even though in real life, there was no one behind me. I blacked out for a second. When I came to, the stream was gone. YouTube error message. This channel has been terminated for violating community guidelines. I thought that was it. But the next morning my laptop camera light turned on again. No browser open, no app running. Then my TV, powered off, clicked on by itself. Static. Amid the snow, faintly visible, was the same figure, standing motionless in my living room. I unplugged everything, left the apartment, booked a cheap hotel for the night. When I got there, I noticed the same video thumbnail in my YouTube recommended list, except this time, the title was slightly different. Live, Hidden City Surveillance. Episode 2, Hotel Room 304. My room number was 304. I tried turning off the Wi-Fi. Didn't matter. The TV in the room flickered on again, showing the hallway outside. A shadow moved past the door. The livestream chat started populating, even though I wasn't streaming. Names I'd never seen before. You came back. Voidwalker. Good. We hate when they run. System message. Stay still. He wants to see your face. Then the camera angle changed. It was looking down at me like from the ceiling. In the corner of the screen I saw a new window pop up, a private message from Deadlink. Look behind you. I didn't. I ran. I spent the rest of that night driving aimlessly until sunrise. I never went back to my apartment. I left my laptop, my TV, everything. A week later, my co-worker forwarded me an email. It came from my old account, timestamped 2 days after I abandoned it. Subject line, new live stream available. The message just said, thanks for watching. Your perspective helped improve the feed. Next stream begins soon. Attached was a thumbnail. It showed the inside of my car, from the back seat. It's been months. I changed phones, jobs, identities. But every once in a while, when I scroll YouTube late at night, a new channel appears in my feed. No subscribers, no uploads, just a single livestream thumbnail. The same title every time. Live, Hidden City Surveillance. And every time, the thumbnail shows somewhere new. A gas station, a quiet highway, a hotel room. Last night, it showed my new apartment. The camera pointed right at the window where I'm sitting now, and the chat had already started without me. System message, welcome back, Evan. It started innocently enough. I was searching for old software exploits for a personal project, completely legal, I promise, but stumbled across a forum buried deep in the web. Its URL was nonsense, like a string of random letters. No one seemed to link it anywhere. The page loaded slowly, grey background, faded text, and an endless scrolling list of threads. Each title was strange. The window you didn't close, the room that forgot you, usernames that never sleep. Curious, I created an account. Simple alias, nothing personal. But the forum immediately welcomed me by name, despite my freshly created handle. Welcome back, Alex. I stared at the screen. I had never registered here before. The first thread I clicked on was titled, Reality Check, Post Here If You Exist. Inside were hundreds of posts, people describing normal, everyday events. Then I noticed a pattern. As I scrolled, some posts seemed familiar. A user described leaving their apartment at 8:45 a.m., brushing their teeth, then realizing a window was open. That morning I had done the exact same thing. I shrugged it off. Coincidence. Then things escalated. A new post appeared while I was reading. Alex, look outside. I froze. I live on the 14th floor. Looking outside, nothing seemed wrong, just the city, asleep under a light drizzle. But the post continued. Now look at your keyboard. I hesitated. My keyboard was normal. Then I noticed something impossible. The keys were slightly rearranged. Not physically, they hadn't moved, but the letters displayed on my screen in every application were scrambled. Typing A produced a Z. The thread updated. Type your password. We need confirmation. I didn't. Too late. At that moment, my monitor flickered. Every window I had open, browser tabs, code editors, messaging apps, rewrote themselves. Text changed, sentences I had written were altered, and in every document my name appeared repeatedly. Alex is ours now. I tried rebooting. Nothing. Power cycling didn't help. The forum remained open in the background, scrolling on its own. Each thread now described my apartment in detail, things only I would know. The crooked painting in the hallway, the dent in the doorframe, the books on my shelf in exact order. I wanted to leave. I tried closing the tab. It wouldn't close. The cursor moved by itself, opening a thread titled, "We see everything you do." It contained a video file. I didn't click it at first. Then I heard a faint laugh, like a child giggling, coming from my speakers. Curiosity, or maybe fear, made me click. The video showed my apartment, from above, from the ceiling. And there I was, typing this very message. I blinked. I hadn't been recorded. The forum wasn't just watching, it was reacting. Every time I typed, the text changed mid-word. Every time I moved my mouse, the cursor paused for a moment, as if waiting for my next action. Then the post started giving instructions. Turn on your left lamp. Now your fan. Stand up. I did it. It was like I had no choice. The forum logged every action, every pause, every glance at the screen. Then it wrote, "You're doing well. Next step, look behind you." I did. Nothing. Then, "No, Alex. Look again." And I finally noticed my reflection in the dark window. I wasn't alone. A pale figure was standing inches behind me, its face featureless, its movements jagged, jerky. I spun around. Nothing. "Close your eyes. You'll see it better." I did. And suddenly, in the darkness behind my eyelids, the forum's threads appeared. Letters scrolling endlessly. Each post describing the next action I would take before I took it. I couldn't move, couldn't speak. The forum typed on my behalf, "Alex, it's time to join the conversation." And then I understood. Every user on the forum had disappeared. Every thread was someone trapped in this endless conversation, forced to act out the posts while the forum watched and rewrote reality around them. I tried unplugging my computer. Power cut out, but the laughter continued. The forum had left a new post on my phone, which had no internet connection. "Your device is ready. Join us, Alex, or you'll never leave." I ran. I left the apartment, the city, even the state. But no matter where I went, the forum closed. The notifications came on old devices I'd sold, on new devices I hadn't even turned on yet. "Look behind you. Say something. We'll listen." The thread has updated. And tonight, typing this from a safe house, I know it's only a matter of time before my name appears in a post again. The forum isn't just online, it's everywhere, watching. Alex had always loved obscure forums, but he found one that felt wrong. The URL was gibberish, unlisted anywhere. The interface was grey, the text green, and the threads were bizarre. The window you didn't close, the room that forgot you, usernames that never sleep. He signed up with a throwaway name, Alex123. Immediately the forum greeted him. "Welcome back, Alex." Confused, Alex scrolled. Every thread seemed harmless, until one described a room exactly like his. Furniture, books, even the crooked lamp. He thought it was coincidence. Then a post appeared. "Look at your keyboard." He glanced down. Letters on his screen were scrambled. Every time he typed, the forum corrected his text in real time. "Type your password." He refused. The forum didn't care. Every action he took was mirrored in threads, opening doors, turning on lights, even checking his email. Each post gave precise instructions. "Close your eyes." Alex obeyed. Behind his eyelids, posts scrolled endlessly. Every action he had ever done was logged, every mistake noted. A new post appeared. "Join us, or you'll never leave." The lights flickered. His devices powered themselves on. Figures appeared in reflections, featureless, humanoid, always watching. Alex fled his apartment, changed cities, phones, everything. But messages kept coming. On sold devices, new devices, even a smartwatch he never owned. The thread has updated. Alex, we see you. No one escapes the forum. It doesn't just exist online. It rewrites reality around those who log in. Evan hadn't slept properly in months. After the chat room, the package, and the live stream, he thought he was safe. He had moved cities, changed devices, abandoned old accounts. But one night an email appeared in his inbox. You've been invited to the final session. Join or be left behind. No sender, no headers, just a single link. Against his better judgment, he clicked. The screen went black. Then it loaded a chat window he recognized instantly. Real-time talk. Welcome back, Evan. Tonight you'll meet the others. One by one, faces appeared on the screen. Luke, Alex, Max. People from his memories, but their eyes were hollow, pale, like shadows behind the glass. A live feed popped up. Each was in a room, alone, just like him. Each room had a pale, faceless figure lurking. Watch carefully, the chat typed. You're all part of the same experiment. Reality is ours to rewrite. The windows flickered. Messages scrolled faster. Every action Evan had ever taken, the package, the VHS, ignoring the live stream warnings, was listed as instructions, with check marks next to completed steps. Then one message blinked red. Your turn. The camera light on Evan's laptop flicked on. He was in frame. The pale figure stood behind him. He tried to move. Couldn't. Say something, the chat commanded. Evan whispered, terrified. I'm sorry. The figure leaned closer. The chat responded, too late. You joined the conversation. The screen went black. Notifications pinged endlessly. When Evan's friends tried calling, his number was gone. No email, no accounts, no trace. But sometimes on old devices, new messages appear. Say something. We'll listen. And the cycle begins again.